Hi everybody, it's me, back again, Barefoot Last with a really yummy recipe. Today we're going to make the Olive Garden Copycat Zuppa Toscana. And it is so good. But don't forget, stay to the very end because I have a bonus kitchen tip that you guys are going to love. Okay, let's get cooking. Okay, this is what we're going to need for our soup. I will definitely put the ingredients and the recipe in the description box below. But this is what we're going to need. We are going to use 3 cups of kale. If you don't like kale, do Swiss chard. But if you've never worked with it before, you want to take out that middle vein because that's the bitter part. So just strip it off there and rinse it. I soaked mine in sea salt water and it looked really clean. I really didn't have to do that. And then I rinsed it off real good. And then you just cut it into pieces. It doesn't matter. You cannot mess up on this recipe if you just have the ingredients. You can't mess up. You can make these bite-sized, you can make them bigger, it doesn't matter. But it's approximately 3 cups. All right? Everything's approximate with this recipe. Like, seriously, you can't mess up. Next, we want our loose Italian sausage. I got mine at Whole Foods. It's nitrate-free, and it is 1.5 pounds. Mine's hot sausage. If you don't like real hot, just get the regular Italian sausage loose. All right? Next is our potatoes. Now, last time I made this, I used the yellow Yukon potatoes, and it was like delish. But I don't have any today. So, see, you can't mess up. Any kind of potatoes. But I get my potatoes, and I scrub them. Oh, look at this scrubber. You have to look at this scrubber. I've had this for years. Check it out. Okay, so you scrub your potatoes. I'm not peeling them. Why peel them? Save time. Just scrub them, all right? And then I cut them down the middle, and then I slice them. And I slice them about, they're like this, all right? But like I said, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You will not mess up. Cut them in cubes if you want. It's all up to you. This is your soup. All right, next, we have bacon. Now I'm using real bacon, and I chopped it up in pieces. Now, if you want to cheat, you can use real bacon bits. And there's about, I think, 4 or 5 strips of bacon in here. And you can kind of tell it's not a cup. It's like maybe a little bit over 1/2 cup. It doesn't matter how much you make, because after we fry these up, you can take some and put them aside and use them as a garnish on top of your bowl of soup if you wanted to. I'm probably not going to do that. But anyway, so you got your bacon. Next, we have 3 big cloves of fresh garlic. But of course, if you want to cheat, you can use the jar garlic, all right? And I don't know if you want to put maybe a little less than a tablespoon, okay? Okay, so that's another cheat thing, all right? Next, we need 1 large onion, chopped up. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't matter. Chop it up the way you want. It doesn't matter. It's like, here's my sizes. I don't know if you can tell. It's so hard to tell. Okay, so then we got the onion. Next, we need 32 fluid ounces of chicken broth. I have the organic, low sodium chicken broth. So you need 2 of these. Now, if you don't want to use 2 of these and you only have 1 of these, just add extra water. Like I said, it's all up to you. All right? Next, 1.5 cups of heavy cream. Now, if you don't have heavy cream, you can use 1/2 and 1/2. Last time I made it, I did 1/2 and 1/2. Came out perfect. All right? And then we're going to use ground white pepper, If you don't have that, use regular pepper. And we have crushed red pepper. All right, and this is up to you. I like mine really spicy, so I add this to it. And we'll need a little drizzle of olive oil. And at the end, if you want, you can put fresh Parmesan cheese on top of each bowl. Of course, I don't have that, so I just have the sprinkled cheese. But like I said, it's going to turn out so good, it doesn't matter. Okay, and then last but not least, we have cornstarch. This is only if you like your soup nice and thick, and then you just make a slurry with cornstarch. So that's it. That's our ingredients. So let's get cooking. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to fry up our sausage. Now, if you have one of those really neat soup pots like a Dutch oven, just do it in that. So then you only dirty one pan. But I don't have one, so I have to do it like this. Now we want to break it up. Oh, here's the other thing. If you want the crushed red pepper and you want it hotter, add it now. All right, so I'm going to put some in. This is when you want to do it. I really like it hot. Now we're going to fry this up. We want to break it up into like bite-sized pieces. Okay, this looks done to me. And all you have to do is spoon it out into a bowl. You can drain it if you like, if you don't like a lot of grease. But honestly, you kind of need it for the flavor. And set it aside. Now in the same pan, you want to fry up your bacon. Now the bacon is basically for flavor. And this looks crispy enough to me. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take it and drain the fat off. I'm going to just use a slotted spatula and get it in there and kind of drain it. I'm going to put it in the same bowl as the sausage. Now, if you made extra bacon for decoration on top of your bowls of soup, you would put some into another container or just use your bacon bits on top. Like I said, I'm not doing it. Okay, so that's that. Now, I tried to leave a little bit of bacon grease in there, but I'm going to add just a little bit of olive oil. Because now we're going to saute the onions. We don't want to make them brown. We just want to make them translucent. These are looking pretty good. They're just a tad brown, but that's life. All right, next we're going to add our chopped garlic. 3 big cloves. We're just going to lightly saute them so the flavors combine. Okay, this looks good. So now all we do is put it in our big soup pot. So now all we have in our soup pot is the onions and garlic. Now we're going to add our 64 ounces, which is 2 of these, of the chicken broth. I almost forgot that the recipe calls for 1 cup of water. I am clueless on why you add 1 cup of water, but we're gonna do it. So now we just let the chicken broth, the water, and the onions and the garlic come to a boil. It's boiling. All right, All we have to do is add our strained potatoes very gently so you don't splash yourself. Give it a little stir and let it boil for 15 minutes. I say a slow boil, so I'm going to turn it down to medium high. And because we don't want our potatoes to get like soggy. So about 15 minutes on medium high. All right, this is done. Now, all we do is add our sausage and bacon gently so we do not splash. I have a bad habit of doing that and dumping stuff in. And we want to stir it up. And we want to add our white pepper to taste. You could add some sea salt if you like, but I'm just going to add some white pepper. Stir it up. And we're going to let it simmer for a few minutes. I just let it simmer for 5 minutes. That's it. Now we're going to add our kale. It's almost done, believe it or not. And we're going to stir that in. I only let it simmer for about 5 minutes. We just want to get our kale a little bit wilted. So this is what it looks like now. Let's see if I can do this without dropping my phone in. That's what it looks like. Now we're going to add in the cream. So I'm going to pour it in and stir at the same time because we don't want it to curdle. So that's 1.5 cups of cream. With this recipe, with this batch, the only thing I would have done different was add maybe another potato. But that's okay, it's still going to be good. And your potatoes do break up, but that's, like I said, it's okay. It's the flavor and the taste. This is what it looks like with the cream. The last step is the slurry. For the slurry, I'm going to use 1/2 cup of water. And the recipe calls for 1 normal teaspoon, not a measuring teaspoon, but a normal heaping teaspoon of the cornstarch. And you just stir it up and just pour it in and stir it. It's done. Okay, take a gander at this. I don't want to spill it. Okay, so I ended up putting bacon on top. Just a little bit. Okay. Olive Garden, Copycat, Zuppa Toscana going in. It's excellent. I'm one of those people that when I eat and something's good, I dance. It is excellent. Okay, guys. You gotta make it. This is one of those kinds of soups that tomorrow it'll be even better. It's just excellente. Like I said, the only thing I would have done different in this batch was to put more potatoes in. So in the recipe and the description box, I am going to put 4 potatoes in the recipe. Okay, 4 big potatoes. That's the only thing I would do different. It comes out, it's really funny how, like last time, it was a little different. But no matter what, it's always like excellent. I can't stop it. Okay, I have to stop. Okay, I'll stop. I'll eat this whole bowl in front of you. Okay, now stay tuned for the bonus tip. Okay, before the bonus tip, please subscribe if you haven't, and hit that little bell with the little hickey jiggers around it, because that way you will be alerted for my next video. If you don't hit that one, you're not going to be alerted. Okay, and hit that thumbs up. And okay, I have a question. Please leave down in the comments if you want me to continue to make my bonus tips at the end of each video. Okay, because I don't want my videos to be too long. Okay, okie dokie bonus tip. Have you guys ever had a hankering for like tuna fish salad? And so you go to the grocery store and get your tuna fish and you get a whole package of celery and you know you're only going to use one stalk? Well, my old tip used to be, we have a little salad bar at our grocery store. So I would just take one of those little tiny containers and I would just fill it up with just enough celery. And that would be it. But now, with a crud going around, you can't do that anymore. So, this tip is going to save you time and save you money, and that's what I'm all about. When you get your celery home, it's in this plastic bag, all right? You do not want to keep it in this plastic bag because it collects, even though it has little tiny holes in it, it collects the ethylene gas. It collects it and then it'll get the bacteria to start working in there. You don't want that. So what you got to do is you take it out of this bag and throw this bag away. Throw it away. And you're going to take your celery and you're going to put it in foil. And you are going to wrap it very, very tightly. Very tightly. And that way, no air or ethylene gas will it can't make ethylene gas anymore because you have it wrapped very tightly. Now, if you put this in your crisper, it'll last up to 6 weeks. But if you put it in your crisper, don't put it in with apples or fruit. It'll last 6 to 8 weeks, like guaranteed. Okay, everybody, thanks for stopping in, and please leave a comment below. Okay, see ya!